cool, but I'm a little bit picky because I want to get something that I know I'll absolutely want. And for me, I try to save the money or V-Bucks that I could if it's for like direct superheroes or basically things that I know I'll immediately buy. But oh my heavens, I cannot believe this! I cannot wait! This is gonna be cool! When I heard this, I was like, oh, this is a rumor mill or something that someone gossiped about. But no, it's real! And it's all based off of from Donny Cates' new Thor run. Oh man. Whoa! Cannot wait. Alright, let's see. Because I saw this on YouTube. I want to see what it looks like. But first, my build umbrella. I've worked so hard on this. I've got basically almost everything, all except for I gotta get to level 95, especially before this season ends. Because, yeah, I have a bad habit of, like, leaving things to the last second for some things. Well, it just... oh. I didn't know you could do cool stuff like this until the Maya thing. Last thing. In which that was awesome. But, oh my heavens, there's the comic! There it is. That is cool. That is cool. And apparently that guy's name is Jonesy Jones, in which, man, what a jerk. They're all jerks for being that way towards Thor. And there's Mr. Peely! Boom. Poor Banana Peely. Whoa. Whoa, cool. You know, I'm glad Fortnite did this because you know what? They needed. No, sorry. Obviously, Fortnite did this. I'm grateful, but I'm grateful Marvel did this because, you know, being able to, you know, set up a comic book that is like exclusive to a video game where it like makes it free and it lets people of like what's coming, that is cool. I haven't had an experience like that since like Ultimate Spider-Man on the GameCube, in which it's basically comic book storytelling used to set up the game. And not only that, that's free. That is awesome. And I can tell the artist is Greg Land. He's a cool comic book artist. One of my favorites. I mean, man, though, what I want to know is who wrote this story. I don't know if it's Donny Cates, because this is all based off of his run on Thor. So yeah, this is going to be really cool. Yeah, I wish Marvel would do more stuff like this for their video games. You know, just like, because I heard that in order to have a successful career and whatnot and a successful business, you have got to give people like free stuff constantly. And when you give them free stuff, they'll be like, oh man, if I buy his stuff, I'll get even better products. And plus, I heard one time it's like, I feel like I owe him some money for giving me such awesome free stuff. So yeah, I think this is awesome. And I heard and I saw a cover of this online, in which it's a Thor comic cover. And I don't know if it has to do with Thor and Galactus coming to Fortnite, but I am excited that you know, just the possibilities, because there are hands reaching out for Thor's hammer, Mjolnir, Spider-Man, Captain Marvel, Groot, Ant-Man, who else? Storm, and there's one other, but I think I got them all. But you know, if that were the case, and I hear that they're gonna have Wolverine here, I'm just excited. That is gonna be awesome. That is gonna be. I am so grateful for Fortnite, for Marvel and DC for doing this, and this is the first game in which Marvel and DC characters do, even though it's not official, but it's a crossover of sorts, where they get to cross over and be in the same video game. So I think that is really cool. So yeah, and I'm really excited. But yeah, and I'm surprised that they're doing this straight from the comic books, in which again haven't seen anything like this since Ultimate Spider-Man. So yeah, that's really cool, and I cannot wait. And when I mean Ultimate Spider-Man, I mean the one on the GameCube, that generation in the year 2005. So yeah, I cannot wait. That is going to be cool. And let's check out Thor's hammer. Alright, but first, let's dress for the occasion. Let's do it as Captain America. I can't believe this season's about to be over. But first, are there any weekly challenges? Nope. But yeah, I still got quite a bit to do. Yeah, I never was originally for those weekly challenges, but you know, it got me into that. I think, you know, where I learned, oh wow, I get cool, awesome stuff when I level up. And you know, Fortnite has been such a revolution for the gaming world, is that everyone is doing it. So yeah. And I mean, everyone from like the Avengers game is taking that leveling system that they have in their new game. I mean, Call of Duty Warzone, in which I think it's like a very bad copy of like Fortnite. I mean, it's hard to move around and whatnot, and you don't have much to customize your character with, and hard to get around. But what else is there? But you know, I still play Call of Duty Warzone with my pal, a buddy of mine. So yeah, man, I love this. I'll never forget how excited I was when Captain America came as a July 4th special. So it's right below, if I can find it, Salty Springs. And I am so excited to find this. This is going to be cool, because I'm a huge comic book fan. So yeah. Plus I'll show you some of the cool poses that I got that came with Captain America, but yet also ones that I just got. That was July 4th special. I see the crater! Holy crap, this is cool! What would be cool is if, though I don't see Todd McFarlane doing this, because he's very picky about, and you know, understandably so, it's his stuff, and what would be cool is Fortnite would have Spawn in this. Yeah, that'd be cool. Thor's hammer! Holy crap, I gotta get a picture of this. Oh, man! There's Mjolnir. You know what? Whatever. I can't say the name right. Mjolnir. Oh, man! This is a huge crater! Mjolnir. Oh, wow. And what I also love of the comic book that is exclusive to Fortnite, it is a constantly ongoing story in which you get it before the season premieres, and I'm like, that is awesome. I wish creators, you know, video game creators and companies would do that. Oh, and I did see someone do that before. It was with Marvel Spider-Man, where Insomniac, they sold like newspaper stories about like Spider-Man, of like what happened before and during the story. For both like physical newspaper copies and digital copies, in which I thought, again, that is cool. Yeah, so yeah, I'm excited for Thor and Galactus. What would be cool is if they got Sif as well, because she's awesome. Oh, not just Sif, but Beta Ray Bill. I love if they had Beta Ray Bill. Beta Ray Bill is awesome. And Donny Cates' Thor run is basically coming up from, what's his name? Sorry, it's hard to do two things at once, in which I'm trying this. Usually when I do record my voice, it's usually afterwards. but trying to remember. Yeah, I've ate so many forages just to get that that one thing on the umbrella. Oh man, 500 of them. Oh man. I basically dropped to an area where I know where they had super crazy mushrooms, just so I can do it. Man, Captain America in Fortnite looks so cool. Yeah. I love it when they did events like Gotham and whatnot. And oh, speaking of which, they're gonna have the Joker bundle coming soon. And I think that's awesome. I cannot wait for that. Nope. But yeah, I cannot wait. That's gonna be cool. He'll have Joker and Poison Ivy. Let's see if I can... What the? That was a little late animation. Oops. Here. Perfect! And I'm getting damaged from inside the car, which I so do. I don't like the smoking coming from that car. Gah! Nothing. Ah! Ah! Good show, old boy. Good show. But yeah, that's really cool. I cannot wait for that. So what was I talking about? Oh yeah, Donny Cates' Thor run is basically coming up from Jason Aaron's, where his last part was War of the Realms, in which I have read some of his run and I know some of the issues he did, and it's really good. And basically, just from the stuff I've heard, I'm like, man, it's good. And you know, and here's the fact about comic books. You can't buy everything from everywhere. You just can't. You'd have to be a billionaire. In which another issue, in which I wish comic books were less expensive. And that Marvel and DC and comic book companies would give out more free stuff, like free little comic book stories like they're doing for Fortnite. And that there's always a continuation of that story. Not like, you know, do it like a full-on series, but like, of it, but like do enough, like building up to something, like in Fortnite. And do you know what would be cool? Is if, I wish there would be a comic book game, a superhero game, in which long after the story is over, that you can still work on progressing yourself and work towards like earning like comic books that you can actually, they're basically stories that you can experience, story missions with cutscenes and arcs, and basically you have to wait every day for the next day for for the next issue, which is the next part of the story. Basically, I mean, that would be cool. I wish that they do that. Honestly, I think they should do that. And I love it, seeing Captain America skydive. That reminds me of Captain America Winter Soldier, and how he doesn't use the parachute, which, I hate it that, this game and in Lego Marvel Superheroes, in which I love it. Just skydiving as a superhero makes you feel like a true superhero. It's awesome. The only thing I wish is they take away the parachute option. But yeah, it's really cool. Sounds like I got company. And not in the fun kind of way. Heck, not even the mother-in-law kind of way. Well, maybe. They're just as hostile as mother-in-laws. I'm kidding. Not all mother-in-laws are bad. Ah! Is this how you welcome guests? Alright, let's... Oh, I love submachine guns. Daddy likes. Sorry, that's creepy. Okay, what are some easy challenges I can do? Well, upgrade a weapon, survive storm phases, reach 100 of both heal and shield, deal damage with, looks like explosive weapons and shotguns. Yeah. So, what's the one thing I can do right now? One thing, what the? A little bit glitchy. Found more explosives. Oh, hey, that's a charged shotgun. That'll help me. Sounds like someone's doing a concert over here. Wow! Didn't see you there! Sorry, man. There's no need to bite my head off for... Dude, seriously? I know this guy gets that hurt. Okay, I guess this isn't your typical Mysterio illusion. Holy crap, they actually hurt! Oh. Actually, they don't hurt. That's the first. Oh! But, oh. So, when I heard this, I know I was doing Spider-Man, The Run for You, and I know there's this... Huh. Let me check my internet connection real quick, and I'll get right back to you. Well, apparently it was at 90 to 96%. You know what? Whatever. It's fine. But, man, I'm surprised that they would do a direct comic book adaptation, in which that's what I miss, especially current comic book runs. Excuse me for a sec. Alright, I'm back. Oh, sorry. Now I'm back. And let me just make sure. Yep. Microphone's on. I'm back. I basically just had lunch, tuna fish sandwich with some peaches and 2 little pickles. Oh, but yeah, I'm back. Yeah, this is awesome. Oh, yeah. Now, someone posted of like what the music of Thor will be like, and you know, that was really cool. Though what I'm curious about is is it actually part of the game? And I thought it was going to be when you read this comic, but no, that's not the case. But yeah, it's cool. And there's something I want to talk about. Oh wow, he's back and for 1200. But again, I make it a point to really wait. Oh, that is cool. That's what it's come. Because, again, just very being careful about, well, just how I spend money. That's all. Because I don't want to get carried away. I know. That's just me. Party kids? Exactly. That's what Captain America would think of, like, doing those party hits. Cool character. I mean, she was in the comic, so yeah. But yeah. Again, I'm very specific, and I'm gonna be honest. Trying to be very careful about money. So I try very hard, and I know that my family and we are doing we're doing okay through all this. It's just, again, just trying to be careful and all that. Do our best to not to spend as little as possible. But yeah. So yeah, and also want to talk about this, in which I'm grateful that Fortnite and DC brought back, like, you know, Batman Fortnite exclusives for sale. Because I didn't realize that I missed the martial arts one, the move or dance or what have you, in which I honestly think that is really cool. Yeah, so I'm glad they brought that back. So yeah, so I got everything that was from that Batman Catwoman event, and man, I got those skins. They are awesome. So yeah, and I noticed they have, and I love Harley Quinn. I'm a fan of Harley Quinn. I'm not a fan of the look that Harley Quinn has from Suicide Squad. And, where's it? Pardon me. But, yeah, that's just me, because I grew up on the animated, where gotta be very careful here of what I do. There we go. But yeah, with series or from you know, modern look of the derby look, I'm totally be fine with that. But yeah, but that's just me personally, based on my taste. Yeah, Quinn's an author. boy. So yeah. And I look forward to, and I'm expecting they'll bring back like old Avengers. Whoa! Hello! Nice to see you too! Holy heck. Yeah, I could use a drink after that. Alright. Actually... that was intense. So yeah, back to, I'm willing to bet that, for this upcoming Black thing from the Avengers Endgame. That's what I'm willing to bet, that they'll bring those. I regretted not buying those when I did, because I didn't at the time, and I know I should. It just, there was this experience I had in which there was this game called Marvel Heroes, and it's an online game, and I wanted to play it, and then when I wanted to play it, all of a sudden they shut it down, and I just felt bad. I was like, man, I feel bad for all the people that spent their money to buy this stuff from there, and I didn't do Fortnite for the fear of they do that, and I realized, again, because I do believe in the secret, that I shouldn't think that way. I really I shouldn't say that I ought to be careful with my money, in which it's important because I'm just smart with my money, that's all. But, yeah. Because I do believe whatever you put out, you will get back. So yeah, that's what I do believe. And, man, what else? Because I'd love to get that, Star-Lord Black Widow skin with all the emojis. Hey! Upgrade! Anyway. Booyah, baby. So, yeah, but I'm excited. That'd be so cool. Because I can see it, Spider-Man. Who else? Groot, that'd be awesome. But yeah, I was thinking more of like Spider-Man, but man, Thor I did not expect, because usually he's a super powered hero, but then again, they did do like Avengers stuff for Avengers Endgame, in which, man, that was so much fun. I wish they would just keep the stuff that they do, like all these special events, but I know they can't. You know, just exclusives, deals, and all that. Ah! I got attention. I got, sorry, there's someone right there. And I'm getting stuff like no other of the whole entire challenges. Oh, so get for the shields and for the health. Well, I'm almost there anyway, so yeah. But I have to say, thank you again to the fan who got me these headsets. I love these. These are awesome. I already was here. So yeah. These headsets are awesome. There we go. Oh. On it. Man. Oh. Here. I'm ready for trouble. Whoever feels brave enough to come and get me. Alright. I love it. Captain America's shield. But yeah, I do see with Fortnite, like, using Thor's hammer as like how Captain America's shield is used here. Oh, wow. Someone's here! Who's behind? Right there! No, no, no! Gotcha! Hoo-ha! Oh, yeah, I'm good. Whoa. I think he's coming back. Oh, now I got the goal. Awesome. Yep, now I'm good to go. Oh crap! No, 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 no! Oh! No, 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 no! Come on! Oh! And of course it was Deadpool! That got me. In some ways, I wouldn't want anyone else but him to take me out in this game. I love Deadpool. Yeah, that was so awesome when they have X-Force. Also, I don't know if it's on yet on the marketplace, but I got this for free on my PS4. I feel bad for Nintendo Switch owners, in which by playing the Avengers beta, I was able to get for free the Hulk Smash gloves, in which you can alternate between Hulk's hands to Iron Man Hulkbuster hands, and man, they're cool. Yeah, I played the beta, in which you saw, because I posted it, and it's cool, and I'll give you, when I post that video, my thoughts. But yeah, there are things that I really liked, and there were things that I did not like, in which thoughts. Oh, hey Harley! We were talking about you earlier! Oh, speaking of which... There's this great show called Warp Zone, in which, it's hilarious much. You know, he's not. But I think that the player is also a woman, and when I saw this funny video where players realized that, they're like, oh, it was fun. Oh, it's fun. Which, you know, I should realize, because I play characters that are, you know, it's, again, what you have in mind, in a video game. It's like driving a car, and which this doesn't happen to me, but this didn't happen to me. And, you know, I'm thinking, well, okay, so it's basically like a person saying, like, they're driving a car, like almost got hit, but thinking as in terms of like thinking as the car as an extension of you or whatever. Like, you weren't actually gonna get almost hit. It was your car kind of deal. Thinking that you are the car. A little bit of what acting does as well for people, in which that is incredible to use the power of our imagination. Oh, I got killed by Pebble Spider? Pebble Spider? Oh, okay, sorry. Not to make fun of the name, but I'm like, okay. And then again, who am I to judge? I have Spider in my name too, in this game. And there's Thor's hammer. What would be cool is if you have the option to pick up Thor's hammer and use it, but then again, yeah, that would take away things, but yeah, of the excitement of the upcoming new season. But yeah, and I've noticed things where I've missed out on, like they had John Wick skins, and I'm like, whoa, they got John Wick? And other cool stuff, and I'm like, wow, that's cool. And Marshmallow. Oh, don't forget to thank the bus driver. Wait, how many do I have left? So I got a hit, deal damage from inside a vehicle, damage to opponents, and SMGs. They're my bread and butter. Bread and butter. I'm crazy, I know it. Oh, I just love this Avengers Quintet. Yeah. And again, back to Marvel's Heroes. I was looking forward to that, because, again, one of my favorite writers of all time, but lately, not to speak badly of, or, you know what, never mind. Favorite artists and writers do. Come on. Yeah, he wrote the story for the game, and he was told in motion comics, in which, while it's cool, it's still very limiting and very frustrating, because it's basically like limited animation. But unless you do it well, then yeah, that's different. And then Spider-Man the of how a bouncy thing to bounce off to survive. Which that's one of the things I love about Fortnite. Alright. Having some of my moonshine here. Oh boy. I got some company. And I'm all out of special treats for them. Hey, where'd they go? I don't like this. Where in the world? Uh-oh. Give me a minute! No! Oh. Come on, internet. Please work better for me. I want you to work at your maximum capacity. But then again, I'm in the basement. Though I've checked, it shouldn't matter if it's like below 100 as long as it's above 80% of the signal. So yeah. In which I want to hear from you guys. Do you guys have video games in the basement of internet connection and your Wi-Fi router signal is from upstairs? How do you guys solve that problem? Just curious. I've heard that you set up a subnet, and I've heard pros and cons of that, which is an extension of that, of the signal. So, yeah, and, oh boy, what else? What would be cool to see on Fortnite? You know what? This is gonna sound crazy. And here's Captain America's pose. Oh yes, baby. America! Heck yeah! That death battle, I love that. Just be careful. It's really awesome, but at times they can have some bad language and some filthy stuff in there. The battles are really cool. Extreme, but cool, especially like Captain America versus Batman. Yeah, I love like stuff that people can, like, basically death battle, superpower beatdown, seeing like awesome characters go against each other. And when I mentioned earlier about Fortnite being the unofficial crossover for Marvel and DC, I wish they'd have, because in the 90s, that was the last time they did a crossover of Marvel versus DC and then amalgamation or whatever it's called. Yeah, I want them to bring that back so bad. So yeah. Well, not the amalgamation, but to the did was in the I think with Spider-Man and Superman. I mean, yeah, I mean, we get crossovers today, but they're just a little bit small scale. Of like Power Rangers and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Really awesome. Rangers. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Batman. Ah! Hello! Hang on! Give me a minute! A minute! I know it didn't. This guy was oh, I had a shotgun. I could have made short works of that. Oh. Upgraded shotgun. Ah! Who was that? I know that was definitely not. Hello. It's Harley Quinn. She's like, you wanted a crossover, Captain America. You got it. So she call me Captain Underpants. Just that. Oh boy. No! No! Oh, that'd be awesome if they had The Simpsons. I'd love to see The Simpsons Pixar characters on Fortnite. I'd love that. That'd be cool. Yeah, Homer Simpson running around with a shotgun and whatnot, facing off against Marge and Bart. And see emojis like, why are you little? Go, go! And you know, it's amazing because I heard that Fortnite, this game started where in a regular small state of Wyoming, Idaho, I don't know, where there's this bar where video game developers get together, like people trying to make it in the business of video games. Like they'd have their video game set up so people can review it and whatnot. And Fortnite was, they showed it, and now it's just a huge business in which everyone tries to copy them and but yeah, back into the superhero game in which, yeah, I think that can be used, like, make people earn, like, because as much as I love collecting comic book covers in games, that was awesome back in early 2000s. I honestly do believe that. Troublemaker right here. Hello. I gotta be careful here. Because I'm Captain America, that's why. That's what I say to the roof. Whoa, nice! Very careful here. That's... I expected to go off, that gun. Wait for it. I just unknowingly quoted that Hamilton song. I love Hamilton, and I'm grateful that they had it on Disney Plus. Ah. Present where he's a dark reflection of Hamilton and sense of morals, because like wasn't willing to step on people or, you know, betray them or double cross them. So yeah, and the fact that they were friends, in which that makes it so much more compelling, especially when the way it ended. So yeah, but I really love it. And man, the guy trying to remember his name. Hard to do that. But, what is his name? His face is in his head, and he came up with the song Moana. It, plays the song. And hearing the stories like how he would write the songs and whatnot on the subway. He make it to a friend's birthday party and then realizes the song just came to me. I gotta go write this down. And he, happy birthday! I gotta go. Bye. No. Captain America. Was that a laugh? Oh boy, boy, oh boy. Come on. So I didn't imagine that. That's right. There's here. Please, please, please. Let there be a chest around here somewhere. Has to be down the hole. Oh. There, I knew it. I knew I wasn't crazy. And some of you are like, oh yeah, you're just crazy just the way you talk. And then, well, that's what happens. I have a lot of respect now for video gamers that, you know, who do this, because usually I just plan on, like, just put a video of me playing and talk about it. And, you know, I think, you know, I had to try it out of the whole commenting while playing, and yeah. Ah. You heard me? Hear me? And they're thinking, oh my gosh, this guy's crazy. But they'll mute me. I know. But if a guy talks to me, he's like, shut up! Well, I'll try to figure something out. Hurry up! Oh, cool, I got the last one. Damn it! No! Oh! Just the easy work for that person. Oh! That sucks. Yeah, that is such a cool image right there. And I love it, the, like, being Iron Man, having Captain America's shield, Hawkeye's bow, and Thor's Stormbreaker hammer. Well, it's an axe, technically. That was cool. What's that? Night Flight? Meh. Whatever. Falling animation. Not that too keen on it. I still quite a bit to go. That's cool. Comic Crafter. Yeah, the rest of the skins I kind of don't really care about. All I'm trying to do is get to that's awesome. Level 9 because my umbrella here is I based it off of Homer Simpson. That's just me. I love the Simpsons. They are awesome. And I grew up of like not being allowed to watch the Simpsons. And you know, being an adult, I was like, you know, I never really was rebellious as a child. Since I'm an adult, I might as well just do it for myself. Turns out, The Simpsons is a really good animated show with like great lessons and awesome stuff. My parents didn't see it because there's some very crude stuff. But, you know, and I get it. It's a, what do I want to say? A parody of the American Family TV show. And it shows of what real family American life is like. In which it's not perfect. As you can tell, with like Bart being strangled by Homer, and in which I'm not for that. I'm not for child abuse, and just how funny it is, and how, you know, basically it's a family that are trying to do their best and be their best, and yet they have wants and needs, and they fall short when they're not met, and yet they make up for it, and they eventually get there of like trying to be like a good father, a good brother. So yeah, in which there was a lot of soul for that, and my parents couldn't believe that of how long The Simpsons have been running for a long time. And in some ways, neither can I, though. I'm not surprised. But yeah, and what else about The Simpsons? And that it was purchased by Disney when Disney bought Fox. I am so grateful that the X-Men is back at Marvel. Basically, that they'll be part of the MCU. Same with Fantastic Four. So yeah, that'll be awesome. And, you know, they almost got every tab they have yet to get Spider-Man and Hulk, in which I think, you know what, Universal, oh, I've heard so many things. I mean, let me get this straight. I love, okay, as a kid, I liked the first Hulk movie, even though I can tell I was like, okay, it's not really that great. But I liked it because, well, it was my first exposure to the Hulk and whatnot. And it was pretty messed up. He has a messed story, messed up life, where it's basically sad. But, you know, and I find that so stupid, in which they don't give it the character back, because Marvel Studios tried working with them, in which they made a Hulk movie. So, like, they so much on the Bixby, Luford, and I watched that show, and I love that TV show, and yeah, the movie was really dark, but man, it was really good. Whoa, half this wall's gone. Oh, it's all gone. Oh, what was I saying? So the new one that the MCU did with, oh, come on, grab it, with again, that I've sort of like I just do our the supporting role, and you know what? I get it, but you know, I'm just like, you know what? Universal. You know, that was real jerky of them to be like that. That they just fight. Man. Wow. Ah, hello. And I got you. Please. And that the Marvel Studios had such a hard working with the which I thought how they art, and yet it was so fun. Yeah. Fun. Want the MCU to do all movie that, and I hear that Hulk, Black Sheep, Marvel, Sam, Hulk, so hard, Universal. Oh. Sorry about that. It just, man, my internet connection for some reason has been insane. Where it hasn't been working. And, yeah. I'll be right back. Well, but real quick, what I'm trying to say is, yeah, I want MCU to get the rights back to Hulk. And, basically make a really awesome Hulk movie, and I'm excited for the She-Hulk TV series exclusive for Disney Plus. That's gonna be awesome. I think that's just cool. I honestly do. But yeah. Mr. Assassin, okay. Hey, that's cool. Triceratops. It's that one lady. Oh, that's wild. I already own that great split. That's awesome. The Dynamo. Cool. I really love the character designs they come up for their games. It's really cool. And, you know, I'm grateful they brought down the price on V-Bucks. Just, they were pretty dang expensive. So, yeah. And I know that they're in hot waters with Apple, but, you know, honestly, personally for me, I'm on Fortnite side of this argument. Cheaper and better for all the fans. So yeah. But I'll be right back. Hang on. Alright. Hey guys, I'm back. Again. Trying to record with this. Ah, crap. Use the player to hurt myself. It's tricky working with this PlayStation 5 like recording device while I'm recording, so yeah, so bear with me. So, what else? So, it didn't get this, but I was talking about, like, how Donny Cates, where he's doing his Thor run, where he's one of my favorite writers in comic books. And he, among other artists and writers, like, bring back the 90s, things that we love, like Venom, Carnage, and whatnot. Basically, storytelling where it's dark, edgy, and cool. And I love his run on Venom, and his recent one on Absolute Carnage, where Carnage was dead. He comes back to life, where a cult brings him back to life. Why Carnage comes back is because this cult worships the god of the symbiote named Null, and Null is like this scary, creepy dude that just wanted to bring peace to the universe and all that. And you know, the cult brought him back to life through to bring him back to life. Oh yeah, that's right. A piece of Null's dragon symbiote. And basically took Cletus Cassidy's corpse and brought it back to life, and he's like, in human form, this zombie Carnage. But yeah, it was really cool. But in his symbiote form, he's like this skeletal version of Carnage. Yeah, it's absolutely wild. I'm trying to find the place, because in here somewhere there's like vats of the soda stuff where you can just Ra's al Ghul yourself like to death, and it's awesome. Yeah, and I think Fortnite, the creators of Fortnite, they took inspiration from Insomniac's game of, what's it called? Sunset Overdrive. So yeah. And man, it was just so cool of how crazy and absurd it is. But then again, isn't that what Fortnite is and video games in general? Yeah. I promised you it, and here it is. Let's Ra's al Ghul this sucker. I know, I'm already at 100%, but yeah. Okay, now, back to Donny Cates. So yeah, Absolute Carnage is where Carnage hunts down anyone who has ever worn a symbiote to get their codexes, in which a codex is what a person has on them, like a little bit of the symbiote left, and it's to tell the rest of the hive of what this host is like. And what happened? So yeah, basically no one is safe, both dead and alive characters, and it was crazy. Like Carnage and the cult like dug up like you know, graves of dead people, and like, you know, to get their codex, because when you get their codex, you also get their superpowers if they're superhuman. So yeah, it was really wild, especially when, and this was crazy for Eddie, because Eddie Brock, the other half of Venom, because he and the Venom symbiote separated, had a fight, a falling out, and it starts where Eddie's very vulnerable. He just realized he has a son that he had no idea he had a son. And there's an interesting story about like how his son came to be and whatnot. And his basically he's keeping it a secret from his kid that he's the dad. And trying to protect him, and yet trying to like find a way to warn people and stop Carnage. from bringing Null. And it is so great. It involves, like, the Avengers, Wolverine's in it, and it's just so cool. Yeah. And Miles is in it. Miles Morales, Spider-Man. So, yeah. And it's basically a horror story. A horror comic. And, yeah, I just love that. That's cool. But, yeah, so yeah. And I felt like Donny Cates really expanded more about Eddie Brock and Carnage, who they are as characters, because as great as some of the past writers were, they didn't really expound on the character. The closest thing that I've ever gotten where they've done great character work on, dealing with Venom is like, what's his name? Rick Remender's run on Agent Venom when Flash Thompson was Venom. And again, that's one of my favorite comic books. Because, again, just wild and crazy and awesome. But yeah, and there's this new event coming up in which Null is coming to Earth, and Eddie Brock did warn the heroes, and everyone from the Avengers to the X-Men are preparing for, like, Null's arrival. And they're, like, freaking out. And I've heard from teases and whatnot, from, like, interviews and whatnot, that, they are not ready, and it will get very, very bad. So, yeah. Plus, I really like it when, writers, especially like Scott Snyder, has such respect for the source material, and, loves it, that wants to give the audience the most bang for their buck. Because, again, like I said in the past, comic books are expensive. So, yeah. And plus, there are other things we like, from our comics besides, like, people talking non-stop. I mean, yeah, that's one of my issues with comic books, just the talking heads thing. Absolutely insanity. I'll leave that for another time. But, because there's some writers that I love with all my art, and I'm still a big fan, but I hate it where they take advantage of the reader and they do things like 3 pages of, like, a character crying about, like, being broken up and separated from his girlfriend. I'm like, oh, come on. I mean, comic book pages are valuable real estate, man. I mean, you can't just, like, go around doing that. Especially for a monthly comic book. And also, there are writers in which I understand, in which it's more preferable to do a comic book as an episode rather than part of a graphic novel. Whenever I hear that shark sound, I think that it's that kitty kitty scratch song. It's like, I'm a kitty kitty kitty, I'm a cat. You mess with me, you're gonna get scratched. Here it is. It's wild. Scratched. My nieces and nephews made me play that constantly when they watch me play Fortnite because they love it. It makes them laugh. And I'm like, oh, I'm tired, please. Oh, looks like I got some company. Daddy's got to go to work now. Boom. Give me the money. You've been Captain America mugged. Ah! Holy crud. Someone's here. Oh. Oh boy. Oh no 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 no! Do not throw that! No! Oh hey, I made it in the top 10. That's something. So, what was I talking about? But yeah, and I've read, cause you know, I remember, cause I don't buy much comic books now, cause, well, just playing it safe. But I will when everything calms down and whatnot. But you know, it's frustrating when you get like 1/5 or 1/4 of a graphic novel. Because when you do a monthly comic book, you're supposed to like give them their fix where they feel like, oh, that was awesome, and yet be like, what's next? I gotta have more when you like tease it. Because yeah, because I hate, though there are exceptions to the rules where like if there's a comic book in which people are just talking, or if the whole issue is like a fight comic. But then again, I'm a sucker for sometimes those, but yeah. Yeah. Oh, Retail Row. Let's go there. I'm Captain America. I don't need a parachute. Sorry, I sounded like Batman for a second. Which, I'm still gonna have the Avengers quintet. You know, it just amazes me how much detail and work they put into this game. Makes me wish that I could, which I will one day, because I love to try making a video game. So yeah. Holy crap! Hi! And die! He didn't even notice me! How wild is that? Oh, grenades. Awesome. Come with me if you want to live. Sorry. Alright, let's see. Pardon me while I have some of my moonshine here. Yeah. Uh-oh. Someone's following me. I don't like being followed. Whoever follows me will be blown away! It looks like some crazy kids out there are getting their action. Rush. Or in my case, a heart attack. Worrying about who's following me and who's gonna catch me with my pants down. Not literally, just metaphorically. I'm Captain America. I don't get caught with my pants down. Alright. But yeah, I really do love, like, some of my favorite writers that, you know, do the episodic role and whatnot. Do such a good job is, again, Scott Snyder, Donnie Cates, I like Ed Brubaker, Matt Fraction, and, man, there's one writer that I do love, in which, crap, I can't drive this car, or you know what if I break this hubcap off? No. Aquaman! Go back to DC and cry to them like a little baby. Yeah, you don't mess with the big guns at the box office. I'm a kitty, kitty, kitty. I'm a cat. If you mess with me, you're gonna get scratched. Alright, what's next? Oh no! Jackpot! And you know what? I could upgrade. First, oh, seriously? Fine. I hope I come across a SMG, because one, I like them, and two, I would love to work on getting that kill. Oh, no, it's not. I hate those stupid harpoons. Harpoon guns. Oh, crap. Ugh. I need to go. Storm's coming. But yeah, Brian Michael Bendis, yeah, he breaks the rule, and rules are clear times, which I like to think most of the times he does very well. Yeah. I mean, he brought the Legion of Superheroes back, so yeah, good for him. I remember watching it on, are you kidding me? Low fuel? Let me just make it. Oh crap, am I going to... Right. But I already achieved that challenge. Whoa! Oh, I took down the suckers. Daddy, let's do it again! Boom! As you wish, princess. These suckers are... Whoa! That was wild! Boom! Yeah. No fuel. So yeah. And nothing against Brian Michael Bendis, because, you know, he has taught me a lot of things through his TED Talks, and I've read his how to make comic books and whatnot, and he's awesome. Very nice guy. Like, what's his name? Oh, like Todd McFarlane. He's very supportive of, like, people to get into comics, do their best, make it theirs. So yeah, use bandages or medkits, survive storm phases. Explosive weapons. Well, I got the explosive weapons, but I'm trying. Rut-row. Someone's here on the chopper. Hey, Captain America, you don't speak. You don't have a... Oh. Okay. Let's just upgrade this shotgun. In which, yeah, I do want to get into comic books, and you know, I tried before in the past, but I've had art teachers in college that weren't very supportive. Semester at college, like straight, just being freshly graduated from high school, she's like, yeah, that is too, you're too storytelling oriented, you're too this, too that, and no matter what I do, it doesn't please her. And she's like, you could do an alien Batman, or do this, do cartoons like you wanted. And I'm like, and she mentions Chris Ware, and I'm like, I just close my eyes. And you know, for art, for the art lessons themselves, she doesn't really teach art lessons. She just like has objects. She's like, here's a cloth. See how the wrinkles work. So yeah, that drove me nuts. And, you know, that's the thing. I was told by a really good friend of mine, wise friend. His name is Martin. And he said, go to art school, Andrew. And he's an amazing artist. And he says, if I had learned, I'd have gone to art school. And you know what? I did that. But you know what I learned? Especially in this day and age, you don't have to go to art school to learn how to do art. You can learn from yourself, from experience, or you can, like, look it up, because there are books, there are YouTube videos. Heck, I even took some online classes from Udemy. And, yeah. And, you know, I just felt like constantly being beaten down. Especially one time where, and my art teacher, she acted like an innocent, nice grandma, in which she was no nice, innocent grandma, let me tell you. But she, man, yeah, it was my turn of my art project to reveal it, and she tends to critique it, like, pretty bad, and, like, have everyone gang up on it, and she's like, it's good, but it's this, you rushed it, you did, in which, that was true on one part, but she said other things too, like, you did this wrong, you did this, you need to do this differently, and had the whole class like, what do you think? And had everyone gang up on me. And there was this movie that I watched quite a long ago, in which this kid going to art school, in which had the same experience as me, and it was so eye-opening. And you know, and I pay, like, because as college students we pay thousands of dollars to, like, be educated and whatnot. And in that art movie, it showed that even his teacher, who was hard on him and, like, critiqued him badly and, like, tried to get him to, like, be more, like, you know, be more this, be more that, he's a struggling artist that's trying to break in too. And not to say that, you know, everyone has value to teach, but again, he was just, like, at a point where it seemed ridiculous. And one famous artist in the movie, and like, you know, a fictional character, comes to the thing, and there was an assembly. He says, you know, why? And he's like, if you were, and he was asked if he were to give them any advice, what would it be? And he says, I'd get out of this place. They're not going to teach you what you need to know. The simple step of being a great artist is be a great artist. In which, you know, that's true, because, you know, because art is all about being yourself and appreciating people's differences in how they approach the work differently. Even if it doesn't seem to have taken that much work or isn't as how, like, Van Gogh does it or anything, because, you know, it's the truth. So yeah, and that was eye-opening. And what's funny is, the main character of the movie, as soon as he becomes famous and whatnot, anyone who ever critiqued him badly or treated him like crap, all of a sudden, they were all nice to him. It's like, yeah, I supported him from the very beginning. I thought he was very talented. And I'm like, oh, that's funny. So yeah. And plus, in comic books, and I remember John Buscema said this. I think it was John Buscema or John Romita that he said, if Leonardo da Vinci, Van Gogh, any of the famous artists were to, you know, work today as an artist, I'm pretty sure they'd be comic book artists. Because there's no other way to make a living work than through comic books. And you know what? I agree. I totally agree with that. Because, you know, how their work was shown and done years ago, in which their patrons were aristocrats, kings, and like, and usually, and this is the sad truth of, like, for artists back then, like, for them to get noticed about their work, they don't get to enjoy that fruit of that labor usually until after their death. So yeah. But you know, with comic books, you get it done, you get it quick, done, easy, good. And I love art. I love art as much as everyone. It just, again, just like, excuse me, stupid lessons that our society teaches, especially art institutions, like, you've got to be exactly like the greats. You've got to be like Van Gogh. Always do realism, because, you know what, if everyone was like that, always, like, work so hard to be perfect, there would be no voice, no expressivism and all that. It would be all sad. We wouldn't have Van Goghs, or we wouldn't have Norman Rockwell. I mean, and you know, and there are rules, like, you have to work really hard and, like, stress yourself out and, like, just go boom, 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 think every single detail out. But you know what? You don't have to. You just gotta go with what makes you happy and what makes you joyous. And I know, big talk for someone who's like, I like to see your art. And you know what? I want to show my art. I just, again, whoa! Hard time, you know, just mustering up the courage, because, again, I felt like I was, pretty hurt because I wasn't celebrated really for what made me different, what I brought to the table for art. And you know what? That is true. Which, funny enough, and I do imagine this, that great thinkers, great innovators and artists, heck, even back then, they weren't immediately celebrated. That it took until they were a big success or whatever. It's like, oh, you know what? We'll have them in our elite club. And, you know, I'll never forget. And it was after that I took a class in which a friend of mine named Chris, he did this comic book class. And he says, you're good. And, you know, you've got potential. And you know what? You shouldn't listen to that lady that, you know, that made you feel bad and, like, required, like, so many things, and you get critiqued like no other. Is like, you gotta just do you and be you. And he says Jeff Lemire, he a great writer. He draws his own comics and whatnot at times, and you know what? He's a terrible artist, but yet it still looks cool and awesome, and it's art. You ought to just follow that and just be yourself. You don't need these big crazy things or do these big crazy things. Just do the work and you'll be fine. And you know, really I appreciated him for that. And you know, the next, you know, and I don't mean to sound like a whiny baby or anything about like art class. I honestly felt like my art teacher, my first one, she was basically a person who pretended to be a nice grandmother, in which she was not. And she's like, you know what? She like critiques so easily. It's like, you know what? This looks like crap. Okay, she didn't say it exactly like that. Like, that doesn't look very good or whatever, or very professional or real, or that's too story driven. Just this constant, and you know, they're artists, like really good artists on, especially when they voice their opinions on YouTube, that they agree. So yeah, and I'm forever grateful for Chris for like, because honestly, I felt like I kind of gave up on it, and I was wrong to think that I needed an art degree to be an artist, in which I don't. I honestly don't. Ah! There we go. In which, and you know, I've learned this. You only need a college degree for like, and forgot where it's from, because, you know, the truth is, college is tough. College is not for everyone. It really is. And I know from experience. Just die. But yeah. And I love college, don't get me wrong, but again. Ah! I'm getting shot at. Leave me alone. Come on, open. If anyone comes in through here, I'll personally introduce them to my gun. Better yet, man, sounds like real absolute carnage out there. Ah! Did you see what I did there? Okay. Who wants to mess with me now? Like that. It was someone who teaches like awesome life lessons or whatnot. That he said, you know, you want to get a college degree if you want to be an accountant, a doctor, this, that. Basically jobs that require you to have a degree. And honestly, you don't need to have a degree to be an artist or a writer. Oh, here we go. So I'm gonna jump this person. I can. Oh boy! Found him! Oh boy! No! So yeah. Alright. But you know what, yeah. My hope is, in which I am gonna do this, because I am very passionate about, besides video games and comic books, well, making comic books, art, and stories, short stories. And I honestly, yeah, I'm gonna make a website, no, a blog, that will showcase all those things. So, I can't wait to, what was it? Yeah, there are things that I just cannot wait to do, some of the ideas I have. But yeah, it just, for so long, and you know what, it still gets to me, no matter how much I work on myself, how I feel, and all that. You know, and I shouldn't, of like, that art teacher's words getting to me. It just, you know, just how she got like quite a bit of people in class gang up on me. And do you know what's funny? Like 40, 50, heck, even 60% of the class just quit taking the class at that semester. And there were like 5 guys there, and I was the only guy left. And, you know, there was this young lady that she understood that, like, that, you know, people would gang up on her and all that. So, yeah. Hang on a sec, guys. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. So, yeah, I just... Yeah. And, you know, growing up, just... This is exactly like The Greatest Showman. Where, at first, you just want to be creative, just do what you've always wanted to do, what you've always wanted to dream, and live those dreams. And sometimes you get so caught up in trying to please others and trying to be appropriate and join elite groups. Because let me tell you this, artists were treated kind of like, you know what, you're not part of our elite group or whatever, in which they bring in art to look very cultured, but you know, it's very how do I say, hypocritical and egotistical to like put themselves up above others, I feel like. And I'm not saying if you enjoy art or whatever that makes you a cultured person, but doing it in a way that makes you kind of like an elitist snob, then that's bad. And I know you guys aren't out there. You're not. It just... Yeah. If you guys are interested in going to art school and learning how to be an artist, let me give you advice. Do not take... don't go to school for that. Learn online, learn from in person, take Udemy classes. That's all I can say. So yeah. And plus, you know, I want to see what you guys do. You guys rock! And apparently so does this guy for killing me so quickly. What did the fox say? So weird to see a fox in Fortnite. Oh, and he got a golden gun. Oh, that's one game I love so much. GoldenEye 007. I played a little bit on the N64, and man, that game has really aged badly. I really like the Wii one. That I've played that game for so long, and yeah, the game just wouldn't work anymore. But you know, and I love the online multiplayer where you can do that, and I thought I was pretty good, but again, so mad at Nintendo for discontinuing like online services for and Thank you, Mr. Bus Driver. Bye, Mr. Bus Driver. So you know what, and I'm here to tell you, anyone can make it. Anyone can achieve their dreams. I mean, Walt Disney has proven that, and you know, Einstein, when he went to his college, he had a hard time where his professors didn't agree with him. His professors, like, criticized him, critiqued him, and all that, and yeah, I can date back of, like, how many stories where it took, like, a teacher from a small school, from a little town, to inspire so much of people to, like, achieve their dreams. In which, you know what? Yeah, I do believe that, because there are heroes of mine. I have this great where he taught me multimedia, and I loved it, like making movies and making music digitally. And you know what? He was very supportive. And didn't critique me, you know, you need to do more of this, this. He was like, oh, do these, you know what? This is really cool. I like it. And just he inspired me to do better. He didn't shut me down. And yeah, and another teacher that I love in 8th grade and 9th grade, he I never did like history that much except for his class, because in American history we would watch and shows that reflected that time, and basically that deal with that time. And we do simple little projects where I made like a poster drawing of like Abraham Lincoln, and he'd like automatic A, or I make a movie where I base it off of like the duel between Hamilton and Aaron Burr, and again, it was like so awesome, just so freeing just to do that. I believe that constricting environments and people to work with, that's not healthy, not good whatsoever. Because a person should be allowed to like grow and to be allowed to be themselves. So yeah, and he was fun and so funny. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. Enjoyed his class. Who was there that I really enjoyed? You know what? I think it just, man, honestly, they were my heroes. They were so nice to me, and I felt like I could be myself. I've had teachers in which she frowned upon like superheroes, and is like, X-Men and superheroes are not welcomed in my classroom. And this was in the late 90s, or no, this was 2000. It was like, you know, treated it as if it was of the devil and whatnot, and like, no. And, you know, made me feel really bad. But, yeah. And with, you know, I gotta be honest, superheroes is what I love, and growing up made me feel safe, made me feel like I can be a hero, can be special and do awesome things. And you know what? You all can too, because, you know, you're awesome. And I like you guys to comment, what are your dreams, goals, aspirations? Do you want to be an artist? What do you want to do? And tell me about your heroes that inspired you to be better, that raised you up. and encourage you to go for it. So yeah, and boy. I'm being shot at. I don't like you! Oh, dude. For a second, I thought his backpack was like a Hydra symbol. It's like, I just got killed by a Hydra agent. Probably while he's standing over my corpse. Hail Hydra. Oh, man. Look at those machetes he's got, man. They're huge. They're longer than my arms, or as long as my arms. So yeah, plus, I want to hear your story of like, do you want to get into comic books? Have you ever thought about getting into comic books? And honestly, why would you be interested? I want to hear. And tell me what you guys think about Venom and Carnage. And tell me, like, your favorite moments of Venom and Carnage. And please comment, like, and subscribe to my channel. And I'm glad to have you guys here. You guys are always welcomed. You guys are my heroes. Alright, here we go. It's hero time. Sorry. It's hero time, baby. I've gone skydiving. Went 100 miles an hour. Whenever I skydive in a game, I think of that song. I love that song. That is humiliating! Oh, being the first guy to get killed. Oh, by a jello blob monster? Ugh. That's embarrassing. Oh yeah, that's right. Iron Man might be in the next game. I think that'd be so cool. You know, I find it crazy that you can see his head, no, his eyes through his head and his mouth. Oh, man. Wild. They might as well call him the Jello Monster. Oh, yeah, why were we in here? Oh, never got to do my little dance or whatever. I'll do it down here as soon as we get down. I thought Chris Evans, in my opinion, whenever I think of him, I think he of him being Captain America every single time. When he was first announced to be Captain America in 2011, I was so skeptical because around that time I always viewed him as the Human Torch. But, you know, that's changed now, and I thought he did such a great job as Captain America. And, you know, I've learned a lot about him, and inspired by how he has dealt with mental health issues. He's had depression, he's had anxieties, and yet he's learned to realize, you know what, bad thoughts don't define who you are. And that you're a good person, and you should celebrate yourself and invest in yourself. And that was inspiring. Yeah, I thought that was just so cool. Someone's here. Nice person. Get ready. What the? What? Ah! You thought you could counter me. Oh. Ah! Hello! What the? Weird. I was like pushing the controller forward. He did way better as so yeah, Chris Evans did way better as Captain America than he did as Human Torch. So yeah, that was just me. Plus, you know, I know, well, I don't personally, but I heard like making Marvel movies, especially for Avi Arad, was very challenging. Especially making movies for like, I've heard stories about like the director of that film. So yeah. And I love all the charity work that Chris Evans did to help people, and as well as other MCs as well. Thought that was very nice. People and yeah. Ah! You're behind me! Go, explodey! Are you kidding? Ah! Well, yeah, I cried when I saw Cap. He got married to Peggy. Well, okay, he didn't get married technically, but he did. But he got back together with her, where he went back in time and he stayed in time. I thought that was so sweet. Seeing them in their own little home, dancing to a song, I just cried. Because for a long time, you just feel for the guy that he like sleeps through an ice cube basically for 75 years. And yeah. And you just feel bad he never got to be with Peggy, and when he does get to be when he meets with her after being on ice, she has Alzheimer's. That has to be really hard. I mean, oh, here we go. Oh! But you'll see in my other videos. Thank the bus driver, even though he was very rude. So hey, and yeah, back to Chris Evans. And you know, and I find it so admirable that he wants to have his own family, and he wants to constantly be a good example and help people, help kids, and he just, you know, have such good values where he cares so much about people. And I love how, yeah, he has such a good heart. That's right, I need a henchman. I was like, as I was going through that wall, I was like, Captain America trading a Hydra base. But then I realized, nope, I'm infiltrating a Shadow Agency base. Yeah, you know, political thrillers and spy thrillers goes really well with Captain America stories. So yeah, it's really cool. Ah, grenade. Awesome. Out of my way, chairs. Man, someone is causing chaos in there. Someone's been through here too. You know what? I'm not gonna bother bringing the henchmen down here, up here. I'm just gonna go down. Best way to move through life is to go full move. So yeah, tell me in the comments of which MCU star is your favorite and how that star inspires you. I want to hear your story. Alright. Oh boy. Oh boy. Haha! Sucker! Got explosive weapons challenge thing goal. Yeah, that's the thing in life, kids. You've always got to look at the bright side and celebrate your wins, no matter how small they seem. Because you should always be proud of yourself of how you... What's that guy dressed up as Barney the dinosaur? Unreal! Yeah, I love you. while he's shooting at you. You love me. We're best friends that friends could be. That's funny and disturbing. See, like Barney say that with the submachine gun shooting at you, and you're shooting at him. It should be, I kill you, you kill me. We're enemies the way we should be, with a great big grenade and a machete from me to you. Won't you say you'll kill me too? Oh, here we go. Boom! Captain America, baby. America! Heck yeah! You know what I wish? And Marvel, I do hope you're listening, because I'm a huge fan. Do a Venom video game. Please. Awesome, I leveled up to 88. Do a Venom video game. And let, base the art off of Ryan Stegman and, the graphics of the game. And have Donnie Cates write it. Please do that. We are way overdue for a Venom video game. Because, you know, and I've heard this, and I do agree with this. Yeah, we are getting such great Marvel games, but, and I know video games take time, but, you know, I wish they'd take more chances. Make a Venom video game. Heck, make a Carnage video game, and a Maximum Carnage video game. Readapt that. Run! Oh, crap! That was close. It's as cool as Cap's shield is. Doesn't do much. It's taking these guys down. Oh, I do like it when enemies are down that I like to beat the crap out of them with Cap's shield. Hello? So yeah, plus do an X-Men video game, please, and a Wolverine video game. Like the one that Raven did, year 2009. Don't play that one, kids. Your parents won't let you. But, not like exactly like that, but gameplay-wise, just how cool and visceral it was. And please, do a Daredevil game. So many games, and I feel like they need to do like interesting new games instead of just putting it all down just for one game. That's just me, and I love Marvel Spider-Man on the PS4. Keep that up, but you know, growing up, I was so used to in the early 2000s of just there being constantly superhero game after superhero game, year after year in the early 2000s of like Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2, Hulk, crap. What else? X-Men Legends 1 and 2, Ultimate Spider-Man, The Incredible Hulk, Ultimate Destruction, one of my all-time favorite superhero games, and Hulk. Okay, my favorite Hulk game, period. And, what else? Sorry. Yeah, so, and Marvel Ultimate Alliance and many others, where you get these games like year after year. Instead of like having to wait for so long, in which, please take your time, do the job right, make the games right. It just, I wish they'd make more and have like more of a schedule instead of these huge long gaps that we have to wait for. So yeah. Also, I want to let you guys know, I had a weird experience today. So, yesterday, I did something stupid quite a bit ago to my thumb toe, and I'm not gonna okay, there was some dead skin, and you know the habit that some people have of pulling the skin off and whatnot. Yeah, I did that. So apparently, I've noticed for a couple days, man, my thumb toe has been hurting. And yesterday I looked and, oh wow, it's been bleeding! Didn't realize that until now. And I know, some of you are like, you're an idiot! But, you know what, yeah, I've learned, I'm sorry. But, you know, my thumb toe, and today, I'm having a band-aid on it and all that, and it's doing a lot better, it stopped bleeding. And earlier today, I was trimming my nails, and the most bizarre thing happened. What happened? Oh yeah, that's right. So, I trimmed my nails, and immediately the nail clipper flies, and oh, that is such cool art. I just got that screensaver art. That is so cool. Yeah, so it immediately flies around, and it impales me on my left hand thumb, where it like scratched me, and it's like bleeding, and so I clean it, Neosporin it, and all that, and I realize my thumb toe on my foot and my thumb on my left hand, left hand, left foot, left thumb toe, left thumb, I have bleeding. It was just so bizarre. But yeah, and you know, yeah, it was so weird, and don't worry, I won't do that again. And you know what would be awesome in Marvel? Please make a Captain America game. Do it like you know, a really good one. He's in World War II or something like that, and you do like, you know, gymnastics or whatever. Make it kind of like Assassin's Creed kind of, you know, the way the environment is set up, and you have to like get bases and oh, what else? And basically just, you know, survive fighting war and do all kinds of things, and see like Cap's story of like dealing in that world and how, and you know, and this has been Captain America's story where he was so comfortable fighting rather than living and being and just having a normal life, because you know, Peggy was all that he wanted. Peggy was the only person he wanted to be with, to have that normal. So, Captain America, he ended up, after 75 years on ice, with Peggy Carter's niece, Sharon Carter. And for those of you that say that may seem weird, yes, it was weird, but you know what? It's sweet. It's okay. There's no need to like go crazy about it. And that kiss, it wasn't weird. I mean, give Cap a break. I mean, he's gone like through all kinds of horrible things, and where the government like broke his trust, where he used to really trust authority and all that. So yeah. And you know what? I'm glad that Captain America's arc ended where he went back to Peggy, because you know what? They've done so many things that, you know what? The fact that he just alone just got to kiss Sharon was more than enough. Because they had, oh boy, too many things to worry about. Oh. Shotgun, shotgun! didn't know. Ah! Oh crap! I got you. You have the better gun. But then again, that's life lesson as well, kids. Doesn't matter if it's tools. Doesn't have to. Oh. These are people awesome. Oh, again, or more. It's the person that makes things awesome. Yeah, you don't need to have everything and be everything or be perfect. Because it's the person that has all the power, not the tools. Yeah, you better run from me while I'm bathing in here. Don't like attack someone when they're in their tub. Oh, nice. Hey. Yeah, do you see me attacking you at the tub? Oh, cool. I could use it. What the heck? I thought... Never mind. Alright, what's next? Oh yeah. Oh yeah! I'm gonna want to get some fish to get that one goal. Come on. Fishy fish. I was gonna do something stupid like expose myself to gas just to get that use bandage award, but nah, that'll be stupid. I honestly cannot wait to see the Black Widow movie. That looks cool. I find it funny. It took, you know, and it comes just when the character died in Endgame. Oh, spoiler, but, you know, guys, it's been a year. Okay, there we go. Okay. It's been a year. Well, yeah, a year. Should have known. Yeah, should have seen the movie, should have everything. But yeah. Yeah, it looks cool, and I think that's perfect. Especially for the new game coming up where she's taking on Taskmaster. Yeah, because Taskmaster is really cool. Yeah, and that was a part that when she died, sacrificed herself so that Clint Barton can be here with his family. And you know, and I felt like she had developed so much over the Marvel movies that I feel like she would have been more than worthy to lifted Thor's hammer. Same with Iron Man. So yeah. And it was so interesting is that Captain America and Iron Man started in the MCU in polar opposite settings, where Cap was all about being accountable, trusting authority, working with authority, while Tony Stark was selfish and did things for him, and he whatever, yeah, all that stuff. While throughout the movies, they switch places. Tony Stark became the one who was willing to lay down his life, and Captain America is the one where he's willing to have a life. And you know what? And I thought that was very brave of him. You know, after losing Peggy, going through so much pain, that had to be really hard after, you know, just to give up being a warrior, of like the comforts of like knowing what you're good at and just sticking with what you're good at. So yeah. Not to say that what Tony Stark did wasn't. Man, I felt like that was appropriate. And I don't care what people think, but I loved the whole entire Professor Hulk thing. I mean, he even wore the sleeveless shirt that he wore in the comics. And just how and insane it was that here it's one part in the movie that it's Hulk is the calm one, Banner is, and Scott Lang, Ant-Man, is the one freaking out. Is like, we can't mess this up. You can't. So you watch it with those hands. And he's like, hey, calm down. I'm a professional here. There's no need to get upset. It's even War Machine is like, Rhodey. I love Rhodey. He's like, Scott, calm down. I just, yeah. Love them. And honestly, they had to happen because, you know, competition in business and in entertainment makes things better. Not like to be like them or do better, but to point things out, to have lessons like, you know, you gotta honor these characters, you gotta respect the fans, make this inclusive for all, and be true to them. So yeah. I just love walloping things with Captain America's shield and the Iron Man Hulkbuster hands and Hulk gloves where you're like, Hulk smash. Alright, all I need now is wood. No! Wood! Under pressure. Let me make it. Made it! Oh, but how am I gonna do this? Oh, crap. I use some wood. Oh well. But you gotta spend stuff to get somewhere and what to get anywhere. Awesome! Now I'm just gonna upgrade this and wait, is that enough? It is, thank goodness. Now, up me up, man. Boom. Yeah, And I just love all the characters from the MCU. I just want to thank Kevin Feige and all the hard workers and the people with the creative visions to do the movies. I just love them so much. And that they got Spider-Man into the MCU. I was so excited with everyone in the world when I heard the news that Spider-Man would be coming to the MCU. And in my mind, I'm like, you know what? That makes sense, considering that Sony screwed up big time with the Amazing Spider-Man, too. And that for the next movie, they were gonna do, what were they gonna do? They were gonna do basically the same thing what they did in The Amazing Spider-Man 2 for Spider-Man 3. For The Amazing Spider-Man 3, storytelling-wise. And I'm like, man, they are idiots. They don't know anything. And, you know, that's why I don't trust Sony at all. Because the executives and producers, like, Avi Arad, where he's like, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, you gotta, you know, do a little mini commercial for Sony products, or this, like, product placements here and there. It's like research shows that, you know, all the rage and trends with kids these days are these. Let's include Spider-Man in that, instead of, like, including things from, like, Spider-Man's storyline or anything. And I feel like, ah! No, 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 no! Whoa! Dang it! That was probably Avi Arad listening in, and he's like, let me show you, punk. I'm kidding. But, you know, yeah. No, don't go after Mr. Peely! Please, leave him alone! Run! Mr. Peely, run! I love his spy outfit that I got. What's it called? Agent Peely, and whenever I start, I go, the name is Peely. Agent Peely. Golden. And I love the trailer where Deadpool, like, helps him to wear his suit. Okay, but yeah, back to MCU and Sony. So, you know what? I don't trust Sony. Not one bit. Not even after Spider-Man Enter the Spider-Verse. No, Into the Spider-Verse. That movie was great, not because of Sony, not because of Avi Arad, but because of the creators of that and the studio of Sony Animation. It was only because of them and the creators. And honestly, and I believe, and I have faith that the movie will do great, is that it did well because Avi Arad wasn't so focused up on that. He was more focused on, like, the Venom movie, in which he couldn't stop meddling himself in there like no other. I'm just like, oh, dude, just... I love the Venom movie, but it's a mess narrative than just so many things. But still, it's not the direct, and you know, and I've seen like and whatnot. I'm like, what a horrible experience it is to work for Sony Pictures, and specifically to work for Avi Arad. And I'm like, oh, yeah, Sony, if you're listening to this, you need to treat people and be better to them, and trust the creator's vision. Not meddling. That of like changing things with me. I mean, yeah. Mark Webb, the director of the botched Amazing Spider-Man movies, he even was like, you know, Avi Arad drove me nuts, and so did Sony. Thought it was a smart move for Spider-Man to see you. I mean, honestly, after Amazing 2. They turned Spider-Man into from an A-list character, in which they didn't turn Spider-Man into an A-list character. A-list character. Holy crap! Holy crap! I'm gonna bash you with my shield. Oh. It was Stan Lee, Steve Ditko, and John Romita, and so many of the creatives. The creators that made Spider-Man what he is, but ultimately the fans as well. Because Spider-Man is the fans, is the everyday people. And Sony, with Amazing Spider-Man 2, turned Spider-Man into a B-list character, in which even Kevin Smith said, never in my whole life would I imagine I'd enjoy a Captain America movie more than a Spider-Man movie. And, you know, that's true. And, you know, I wouldn't think there would have been any other way to save the Spider-Man franchise. And, you know, and Sony, here's another thing, too. This is the same thing. You've also got to be nice to Marvel and Disney. Be nice. Because considering that they're willing to, like, work with you and, you know, let you have so much of the money. I mean, it's ridiculous. So ridiculous. I mean, I've heard some of the stories of, like, what these poor creators at Marvel, and creators generally, have to put up with Sony. But, and you know what? And in my mind, you know, Sony always gets ahead of themselves. And it's like, if a movie does well, they're going to announce, like, we're going to do every single movie. It's going to be a shared universe, just like the MCU. We're going to do an Aunt May movie. We're going to do a movie about Aunt May's cane. And we're going to do a movie about Aunt May's and wheat cakes. But seriously, they really were going to do an Aunt May movie. But, you know, and, you know, I'm just like, I don't want to see a Kraven the Hunter movie, because, I'm sorry to say, that's stupid. I'm not going to pay my hard-earned money to, like, go see that. And no offense, same thing with Morbius. Sure, the cast, there's nothing to say against the cast, the creators, the crew, but again, Morbius isn't that popular of a character. And Kraven, he's popular, and don't get me wrong, I love Kraven and Morbius, but no Spider-Man in there to spin them on a serious movie, make them they're superheroes, in which Morbius, like, he did a... But again, stupid. I mean, fans want to go see Spider-Man. They want to go see Venom. And they're having a Madam Web movie down the line. I mean, I honestly feel like, and you know what? It's actually true. The ones who do all the plans for all the movies at Sony, of the shared universe that they constantly promote about, but then take back, it's to serve, it's all made by the producers, the execs, like, let's milk out all the Spider-Man franchise, milk it out and make as many movies as possible. While with Kevin Feige, it's like, you know what, I loved this story when I was a kid. It was like, yeah, and him and the writers, and, you know, directors and whatnot, they get together in a room and they're like, let's do the Infinity War. How awesome would that be to have that up there? And it's all about fan service. Of like, and when I say fan service, it's not like just to show something up or make a movie just to make a buck or whatever, or like, hey, like, so-and-so, even though they don't do or say anything. And what I mean by fan service, I mean like give a really good, full quality and full quantity product for the fans. where they can really enjoy it and they're reminded why they love these characters and stories so much. And yeah. So yeah, sorry about my me ranting. It just, honestly, that's how I feel. Of like, I find it just ridiculous. And you know what? I'm so grateful for Sam Raimi for the amazing, spectacular, ultimate, the true definition that he gave of what a Spider-Man movie should be like. I just love how nice he was, and you know, a lot of people give him crap about Spider-Man 3 and say, you know, Spider-Man 3, what was that all about? And I'm like, you know what, all things considered, true, you didn't get the Venom that we all wanted, where he's big and bulky, and I thought he grew a little bit big, but I get it. He's supposed to be like a literal monster. But again, Spider-Man, but for the universe that it was set in and whatnot, I understand. And I thought it was cool the way the costume looked. I just wished, and this is just me, that they took that mangled web and went even further with it. I thought that would have been really cool if they went further with the design and truly make it twisted. And, you know, and I remember seeing this suit test, like photos of it, of like how Venom appeared, and I'm like, oh wow, that is horrifying. Of like, where it's a person with a mask. I think I got, holy heck, I got company, and not in a happy kind. Hey, Christmas. Oh no, that's still Christmas. Get it? Thanks for the car. Ah, sucker. Okay, there's gotta be some stone around here. Stone, stone, stone. Oh, hey. What were we talking about just now? I'm so sorry. I have so much respect for YouTubers who can play their games, remember what they're talking about while they're playing and strategizing. I mean, honestly, it's taken me a lot. Oh yeah, that's right, Mike. But, oh yeah, the screen test about Venom. It's where someone, it was a mouth within mouth, like the Venom mouth was open, but yet you could see the human mouth in there, like, and I thought, why wasn't that in the movie? That is awesome. And seeing the animatronic for regular comic book Venom, and I thought, you know what? Yeah, that looks terrifying. That looks awesome. But, you know, in a way, I'm like, you know what? I get it why he didn't go with comic book one, because, you know, while it may look great for the comic book, it wouldn't translate well into film. So, yeah. Oh, hey, awesome! Upgrade me up, Scotty! Someone's here. But, yeah, and just so much of the visuals and the storytelling that he went through. Honestly, I thought Spider-Man 3 was way better than the Amazing Spider-Man 2. Honestly. And you know, and I was an idiot when I first saw the movie thinking, because I was easily swayed by opinion. Didn't want to insult anyone, thinking The Amazing Spider-Man 2 was the best Spider-Man movie ever because it had the Death of Gwen Stacy film, in which they think, if we adapt this, it'll save the movie. But honestly, it didn't. It's just stupid. It's horrible. It was sad. And, you know, another thing I have to gripe about Sony is they'll give away so much of the movie in their trailers. And that final that shot of like Spider-Man going up against the Rhino, we were expecting something else, like, oh wow, this looks so cool from the trailer, and then the movie ends and you're like, wait, that's it? Yeah, that was so stupid. The whole movie was nothing but a trailer for Sinister Six, in which the great folks at Insomniac, they adapted it, and they did a real good job. And they worked with Marvel, the people at Marvel. Man, that was such a good game. And it still is, but... Sinister... and yeah, and they were going to give the Sinister Six their own movies and turn them into... redeem them as heroes. And I'm like, that is the stupidest thing ever. Just... yeah. Alright. So, what else do I have? So, SMG, shotgun, vehicle damage, ride a loot shark, search a supply drop, catch fish, pistol eliminations. Oh, I got a pistol. And I am one cool mother-loving Jones. But again, Sam Raimi, if you hear this, thank you for making my childhood. And for making the awesome Spider-Man movies, even Spider-Man 3. And, you know, I just, like, saw so much from the trailers, and I'm like... And I hate it when they cut out such great moments from the movie. Like, when Peter Parker looks in the mirror and, you know, sees Venom when he's wearing the black suit, and that freaks him out. And I love it. They took great stuff from the 90s cartoon show, and, you know, the producer, he gripes about this, and he was also the writer, and I'm like, you know, consider it as flattery. It's really good. They know when to turn to a master. And I just, again, yeah. And I honestly thought, like, the way they promoted the movie with, like, scary... like opera music, it made it seem like Spider-Man was gonna face like true ultimate evil, the real test, true darkness. He was gonna face the devil and whatnot. And Venom was planned to be just in Spider-Man 4, just teased at the end of Spider-Man 3. And I honestly thought that they should have just gone with that. So yeah. And he didn't, Sam Raimi didn't even want to do Venom. I do appreciate him for, you know, even though so much was stacked against him, is like, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. That he went out to make the best film ever. And he blamed himself for how Spider-Man 3 turned out. And you know what? And true, it was a little bit his fault, his responsibility, but honestly, I thought it was like more Avi Arad's fault. And Sony, I'm just like, they shouldn't have pressured him into, you know, doing things that they shouldn't. And Avi Arad said, yeah, I think I've learned my lessons not to enforce creators and directors into something they don't want to do, or force them to do characters they don't want to do, and yet he still does it! Oh, I'm just like, why do people, like, literally, why does he still have a job at Sony? He no longer makes toys. I mean, He was a toy guy, for crying out loud. Oh boy, I just realized this game grounds area, the island has just gotten a lot smaller. I gotta go somewhere and set me up safely. Ah! Someone's gonna kill me. Someone's gonna kill me. Oh, someone's gonna kill me. I'm singing parody of the Mary Poppins song. Oh. Revenge is not a really nice. Revenge is a witch, man. A witch, as in oh. Just when I was glowing, that person got me. And just for the record, I did not curse. I said witch. As in W-I-T-C-H. Yeah, that's right. Dance it off. Next time I see you, you won't be so lucky. Well, at least she isn't dancing over where I died. Someone take her out. I'll pay you money to do that. But, yeah, and I hope, and this is just me, that Spider-Man permanently stays in the MCU. That's where he belongs. And that Miles Morales Spider-Man gets to be in there, too. Because, you know what? I look forward to the new Avengers movie that'll come out soon. I mean, Spider-Man's the only one that's carrying the Avengers name. So, and I would love it to see it where he's part of the new Avengers with Wolverine and he's the leader of the team. That would be so cool. I would love that. Yeah, just like based off of the new Avengers comic book. Pardon me for a second. Good night. Love ya. So, I better wrap things up, folks, but hey, thank you for joining me for, well, we'll still have fun, just for a little bit longer. It is nice, but I'll just have to stop commenting for now.